Lego Batman walkthrough for nextgenwalkthroughs.com and spacedupgames.com. Okay, that's a little loud for me. There we go. Well, I first have to start off by saying this game is, well, it's probably now my favorite Lego game. Lego Indiana Jones was alright. I thought it was a little bit too easy just for a Lego game. I mean, a little bit too easy. And Lego Star Wars, those were probably the most fun ones, but this one is probably my favorite now. So yeah, I started a new file, and you start it with this minigame. Did I just say minigame? You start with this mini scene. There you go. And it introduces you to a bunch of the bad guys that you're going to be fighting. Dr. Freeze, Clayface, the Joker, not the Joker. That question mark guy and some other people. And then it shows how they're going everywhere. And also, I will not be talking through every Lego Batman video that I make. It's just not worth it, because this game was pretty easy, and it was pretty challenging at some parts. Oh, not challenging, more like puzzling. It took me a while, and those kind of parts are where I am going to do commentary on voiceovers, I guess. Those will be the only parts, and this video is probably the only video I'm going to be talking the whole thing through. Just because this video explains pretty much everything, and I just want to explain too. And I will be doing commentary on bosses. I will be doing commentary on the puzzler parts, as I said, and also for Lego Batman, for those of you that haven't played it, there are two ways to play it. I guess you could say it that way. The heroes, which is the first guide that I will be doing for first. It will be the hero side, and then the villains, which will be the second part to my guide. So this is gonna take a while. Well, maybe not take a while. It's gonna be a pretty long guide. And YouTube will screw up all the ordering, so be sure to go to those two websites that are in the description to see them in an organized list once they finally get up there. But yeah. And here's where it shows with their plans and everything. And those bosses right there, I mean, I just gave it away, but those bad guys are the bosses, pretty much. And there are 5 levels per chapter, so there's 15 for each. There's 15 levels for each side, which kind of makes sense, instead of like sometimes I think there's 30 for Lego Stars or something. And there will be a boss per level, and the very beginning, as you can see right here, that kind of typing, and it tells you about the enemy, that is going to be your boss. That's who you're going to fight at the end of the level. And as I've said before, I will be doing commentary during those bosses, because some of them took me like 30 minutes just to beat, which I know is sad, but I just couldn't figure it out. I mean, I hit some of them a couple of times, and I wouldn't hit them a lot of times. And what I also liked about this game was how how they kind of made Robin look like an idiot. It was just funny. And then, yeah. I'll also be giving my opinion or review of the game during this video. So, to start the game, I mean, dang it, I keep saying the wrong stuff today. Okay, to start the review, I think that this is one of the best Lego games. I thought it could use some work, because sometimes, like, you could get stuck behind a plant or inside of a wall if you were right in front of it, and like, you could get stuck inside of a wall sometimes, and you wouldn't be able to get out, and the way to get out would have to be switch to your other character, but sometimes your other character would be an idiot, and, like, be far away, so you couldn't switch to him for some reason, some weird glitch, so then you would have to restart the level just to get out of the wall, because of how annoying it was. And, I thought that the single player was a lot harder than the, multiplayer. So if you can only play single player, if you can get a buddy, or I don't know why I said buddy, if you can get like a friend or someone to play with, I would recommend doing that because, as they always say, and the thing that I always thought was a stupid saying, 2 brains are better than 1. And that's kind of true because in co-op it's just a little bit easier than single player. It just is. And saying that, this guide will be completely co-op, I hope. Depends on what General Scar wants to do. General Scar might narrate with me during these videos, or he might not. It really depends on what he wants to do. And he isn't really a big part of my channel, my YouTube channel, and so he doesn't really have to do it all. Okay, back to the review. As I've said before, there were a couple of glitches. There weren't as many as LEGO Indiana Jones, and it's kind of hard to explain, but there just weren't as many. And LEGO Star Wars. There was more than LEGO Star Wars. I'm surprised at how few LEGO Star Wars has. And I mean finding them without trying, because I mean in LEGO Indiana Jones in this game, we found glitches without even trying. Okay, now what else do I like? Oh, that's right. I also like how they kind of took the concept for the red brick. I don't know what it's called in this game, but they kind of took the concept from the red brick and put it back into this game, like the red brick from LEGO Star Wars 2, and put it back into this game, which I was happy with because LEGO Indiana Jones it was too short of it. It was just too short to 100%. I mean, it didn't even take us a week to 100%. LEGO Star Wars, it took us about a month because we played LEGO Star Wars when we were like 5 or something, or 8, but it took us about a month to 100% LEGO Star Wars and about 2 months to 100% LEGO Star Wars 2. If you think that's pathetic, not that so much for how old we were then. I also liked in this game how you had suit upgrades. You can jump into what we're building right now. You can jump right into that and you get a suit upgrade, and these let you do various things which you're gonna need to do throughout the game. I also like the boomerang, although it was a little bit annoying how the camera moved with the boomerang cursor. It just was a little bit annoying because it kind of gives you a headache when someone else does it. And so if you like see a huge R symbol or bat symbol, then that means we're using a boomerang. And the controls for the cars, I thought, and the vehicles, I thought that those were a little bit better than the earlier LEGO games. They must have finally got them figured out, but there's still but the cars and everything, it feels exactly like LEGO Star Wars 2. The game feels like LEGO Star Wars 2, and it kind of looks like LEGO Star Wars 2. And I thought there was a lot more funnier things. Okay, and what I didn't like was, actually I can't really think of anything. Okay, well here's your first boss, and you start out by just go up to him and punch him, which Robin did, and just so you know, Batman is going to be me, Mario, and Robin will always be General Scar. But anyway, you start out by punching him, and then you gotta be the bad guy I am, which you shoot the Demolition Batman. And you blow up that thing that I did, then you blow up that thing if you want. You can probably see it, I'm way behind in this, so. And then you got to plant a bomb right next to that gate. It's gotta be right next to it. I missed a couple of times. So, that's pretty much all you gotta do. And then you punch him a couple more times, and your first boss is down. And he was probably, whoops, okay. You gotta hit those things up on the top with the boomerang, or batarang. And then the gases turn to him and he falls. And then this is the end cutscene. So, thanks for watching the part 1 to my guide. Again, I will not be commenting in it very much besides the bosses. And, yeah, well, I hope you like it. Be sure to go to spacetopgames.com and nextgenwalkthroughs.com just to see tons of better, cooler guides on there. And, continue watching. Although this is the end of the video, so it's not really much to watch.